a message for my people.
Nick Dad, baby. We the new label.
Yeah.
Come on. Come on, son.
Now this the black sheep sticking it to him. I need a crib like I'm Gatsby.
I need it.
In hand, just understand my
Pockets that deep.
with nothing to prove. I ain't got nothing to do. When they can't compete and I got nothing to lose. You see, they told me I'm the one.
We're back. Veterans Minimum, the number one sports betting vibe on the internet. Your boy Nick Dais here. All things me are at Nick Dais 10. The man to my left, my dog, Mr. George Carmona. What up?
Dressed in the cowboy blue today. I first off, I got this at Nordstrom Rack. This is back-to-back episodes where I've worn something that I bought at Nordstrom Rack, and boy, is that a good store. Have you ever shopped in?
Fuck yeah, I do.
Okay, I've been a Ross guy. I've been a TJ Maxx guy. Burlington Coat Factory, you could find some good steals. I went into a Nordstrom Rack and I felt
A little bougie. Yeah.
Bro, look
Yeah,
at the
yeah.
on clouds I'm
Yeah.
wearing. I'm literally walking on a cloud right now. I'm not going to put my leg on the table. On clouds. That's a rich white dude shoe.
It is, yeah. It definitely is. For me, if it's not, it's checks over everything. Nike's only for me. I do love Nordstrom. I love TJ Maxx. Big outlet guy. 50% off. Don't threaten me with a good time.
Bro, Goodwill? Were you a Goodwill guy?
I like Goodwill. I'll do Goodwill. You saw DeAndre Hopkins over the weekend showed up and NFL Fits is like an Instagram account or NFL Style. And he said that his entire outfit was $35 from Goodwill, except for the shoes, whatever the shoes were. And everyone was like, yo, he's better dressed than 90% of the fits that we're going to see. And who knows how much money people were spending on other shit. I'm a H&M guy, Gap, a little express suit. I'm in.
Right.
So yeah, I'm all for it, bro. I'm all for it.
It was first time Nordstrom Rack, and it was downtown Summerlin too, so I knew I was bougie, bro. You go to downtown Summerlin, it's elite.
Yeah.
That's literally, that's where you want to be if you're coming to live into Vegas. Ask Jason Griggs about that one.
Yeah.
Hey, and just tell him that we sent you.
Yeah, no, definitely.
When you go move to downtown Summerlin area.
Yeah, tap in with Jason Griggs, man. Shouts to Jason. Always showing love. Friend of the show, comes on the show often too. George, I do want to say, since we're talking about clothes, this shirt right here. Do you know who this is?
Diego Maradona.
Okay.
Yes?
Yeah. Diego Maradona.
Not Cocaine Cowboy?
Yeah, he was one of the Cocaine Cowboys.
One of the pioneers?
Yeah.
He was close to the source.
Very, very.
Yeah.
An all-time great. My father's favorite athlete of all time is him and Mike Tyson. That's why when Mike Tyson came into the studio that one time, I was like, yo, I need a photo with you. I'm only taking photos with two people in the studio. Cam and Mace, and then Mike Tyson. Everyone else, I'm like, I'll save a photo for when I have you on the show. Stephen A. Smith, Brandon Marshall.
Right.
It's kind of like that for me. Everyone else, I'm like, I'm cool. But Maradona, my dad's favorite athlete, shouts to Raul from Saturday Football. Seen him at Complex Con. They have these little like pop-up shops. Jory and I went to it. Isaiah was there too. But Jory's a massive soccer fan.
So this is a college football or...
No, soccer.
I know it's soccer, but like you said Saturday Football, and my brain went immediately to...
Yeah. But like
to Saturday football.
International football.
They play on Saturdays mainly?
Yeah.
I thought it was just kind of like a every day of the week kind of...
It is a lot of the leagues like, so they'll
weird
have...
Mac shit.
Yeah, so they have
Conference
like...
USA shit.
In the Premier League, they have like their Monday Night Football where they'll put a game on, and sometimes you'll get a banger game, and other times we'll get like West Ham versus Brighton, which would be like the Titans versus the Jaguars. But then sometimes you'll get Man City versus Liverpool, and that's like fucking Chiefs Bills.
Right.
And yeah, they do rotate it. And then a couple of leagues are different, right? Like in Germany, they play a lot of games on Fridays. But primarily the majority of them are on Saturdays. So yeah, shouts to Raul, man. He hooked it up with a hat. Give us a nice price on the shirt too. And
put me on game too. Now I could go. Now when I go to other places, Saturday Football is universal.
Bro, let me tell you, you know how much I love Colombia.
Yes.
Okay. Outside of certain scenery, my favorite moment of my Colombia trip was when I went to that soccer game. Because when I went to that soccer game, I always wanted to go. I had never been to a soccer game that wasn't in the States. So it was sick, bro. Like, it was the main team in Medellin, Nacional. They were playing some other team from like North Colombia, and they ended up losing the game. But like the crowd was fucking on their feet literally the whole time. There's no assigned seats. Super sketchy, be honest. We're used to fucking 9 metal detectors we got to go through.
Everything's concrete, or did they have like bleacher seating?
Bleacher seating.
Did they sell, like, this is a very Americanized thing. My parents do this every time we go. Shout out to mom and pops because they always hook it up. The little seat backs where you can like put a little cushion. And was that there in Colombia?
They had that you could put the seat back.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. They appreciate comfort. It wasn't like a full ban on like,
it was, like you had regular seats.
Stuffing everybody together.
But there was no like you're in J7.
Right.
Section 25. It was like
just figure it out.
And if you get up and leave to go piss in the 28th minute, fucking John and Isaiah might take your seats.
Right.
And you can't do nothing about it. But what was cool was beers were like $1 and they were like the 12-ounce beers. And I was like, let me get one for the area. So I got like 25 beers. It was like $30 for like everyone there. And I was just getting I was the man.
Of course.
Yeah.
By the way, good move. Good crowd move.
Yeah. Listen, you're a foreigner.
You're wearing
right?
a jersey?
Of course, yeah.
Yeah, everybody was wearing jerseys.
Yeah, you had to wear a jersey. The guy told me, my buddy Alejandro was like, don't wear purple because the other team was wearing purple.
Got it.
Wear the green. I went and I bought a jersey. It was super lit, bro. Super duper lit. And I've always wanted to go to a game overseas. And the reason why I'm even telling you this story is anytime my friends and I travel somewhere, like we've been to Toronto, we've been to Montreal, we've been to Tampa, Nashville and shit. It's like we always try to book around a sporting event. Even if it's like we went to a Nashville Predators game. It's like, but it's just cool to experience as a sports fan, to experience other venues, other crowds, see the culture. It's pretty dope. I fucking love it.
I agree with you wholeheartedly. My biggest regret when I went to Thailand was not seeing a Muay Thai match. Like
a 7 and a 9-year-old just beating the shit out of each other, and they all have like 300 combined fights.
It would have been so awesome, bro. It would have literally been so awesome. I vividly remember them driving down the street in a pickup truck that was like just a big kind of wood sheet of plywood that they just put like Muay Thai tonight, and then they were holding the the siren megaphones. Mm-hmm. They were woo 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 woo, like that's promotion, They were getting their money's worth. Oh, that was a funny time. But yes, I agree with you on the sporting events.
Yeah, you got it, man.
That would be something, Nick, that I could never not look for. Like I couldn't ban that. You know what I mean? Like that's something that
it's a staple.
The rest of my life.
It gotta be, man. It gotta be. Like even the first time I ever went to Colombia, there were no games happening in Medellin when I went. But I went and I played soccer with some locals. With my buddy Alejandro, who's his brother is one of my good friends from New York. So he was like my tour guide and shit. And he was like, yo, bro, listen. You're not an ugly looking dude, but these girls throwing themselves at you, you got to pay, papi. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Dinero.
Yeah.
No. Come here. A lot of that happening, bro. A lot of cheating still. But I went and I played like soccer with the locals. So like I always try to do like, dude, I'm not kidding when I say this. I want to have my bachelor party in Brazil. I want to go and do jiu-jitsu with the natives, and then I want to play soccer with the locals, like, for like 5 days, and then find the love of my life while I'm down there.
Just for content purposes, I need you to go spend an hour in the favelas at midnight.
Oh yeah. Sure.
Just for shits and gigs.
I got to be with like Charles Oliveira or like a famous soccer player to know that I'm good.
I just think maybe like this is just something that it would be, Nick, how hilarious would that be? I mean, for us watching,
how would we get content? We'd get robbed. And also you'd be at my bachelor party
fun.
too, bro.
That'd be yeah.
So you coming down with me?
I could film it, but I want it to kind of be like Nick's raw dogging life, and like, you know, we're setting up different situations for you. That would be fun.
That would be. And dangerous.
Yeah.
Got to live on the edge. All right. Let's get into the show. This was solely inspired by the terrorist that is Kirk Cousins. We've made a ban list.
Yes.
And some sports, some betting, some life, some culture, however we want to spin it. Because of what Kirk Cousins did as a 7.5 point favorite at home when the Falcons play way better. Their splits are way better at home and indoors as opposed to outdoors. He completely tanked our offensive player of the year. Bijan Robinson was not on the field. I think he had like 12 yards rushing in that game. It was a nightmare. And I was so angry at Michael Penix, but even more angry that Kirk Cousins was out there. Because you remember last year, bro, I feel like we were the only ones being like, he's fucking awful. But everyone's saying, dude, he has 15 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. It's like, yeah. He had 8 against Tampa Bay in 3 weeks. Like, his numbers are inflated. Mm-hmm. He's not playing well. And then you watch that quarterback documentary, and you're like, oh yeah, they were right.
Oh, it was really bad.
Yeah.
It was like, oh, Michael Penix was going to take this over from the get-go.
Yeah.
Like, there was no, there's going to be a smooth transition after a year. It was right off the bat, you're fighting for your job. And he is the number one person on this ban list, and that's like you said, this is why we created it. He would be our founder, really, of the ban list, because we can no longer invest any money, time, resources into Kirk Cousins.
No, we cannot.
We cannot.
And I'm ready to set this list off because on my ban list, even though for week 9 there might trust me. And you know, trust me is 7-1 on the year. 24-6-1 overall. That sounds so good when I say it. It sounds so fucking good.
Sure.
The Dallas Cowboys outdoors are officially on the ban list. I can't do it. Can't coach them. Can't win with them. Just can't do it. Shout out to Mike Singletary. Just a way different team. You look at the games that they've played outdoors this year. Lost to the Bears, didn't crack 20 points. They beat the Jets, whoop-de-doo. Lost to Carolina, and then got smoked by Denver. When they play in Dallas, they've scored 40 points in all of their home games. They're just a team that is way better at home than they are on the road. They are officially on my ban list until proven otherwise. If you hear me say, yo, I like the Cowboys in this spot, and they're playing in Green Bay or they're playing in fucking Tampa, anywhere outdoors, you got to check me on this. I need you to save me.
I will. And I figure I'll just follow suit, right? Teams that we can put on this ban list. There are other things on this ban list that we're going to get to, like that Nick said, that are life-related, football-related, sports-related in different regards. However, since you went with football first, I'm adding betting on the Panthers straight up or against the spread. They have now officially been added to the ban list. This is a team, Nick, that since I have started sports betting, I can confidently say I have never bet this team straight up or against the spread. The only way I've ever bet this team is in props. Shout out to Rico Dowdle going absolutely apeshit on your Cowboys. Full circle there, tying it in. Outdoors, in that situation.
Hold on. Revenge game.
All right. That's the only time that I'm putting a bet on the Panthers. The Panthers with Bryce Young. It's as terrible as it seems. What we saw with Bryce Young at the end of last year was false hopes. He just got his second career road win, and this week they're playing in sub 70-degree weather. When Bryce Young has started in games that are colder than 70 degrees, which isn't even really that cold, he's 0-4 straight up.
Wow.
I just don't like Bryce Young. And he has never beat a team on the road above 500 He's 0-7 in that spot.
Sheesh.
Yeah. This is a team that you cannot put any sort of money into straight up or against the spread. Just try to find ways to get creative on props. I could have possibly, found the loophole for that 1 week with the Panthers because every other week has not been good. So they're added to the list. Cowboys outdoors, the Panthers in general, add them to the ban list.
I like it. We expressed our feelings about Bryce Young a couple of weeks ago, and then he rattled off 3 wins in a row, which was very appropriate. But he's hurt again. Okay, mine. I'm going to go into the NBA for this one. Ban list. I swear, when I tell you, bro, I don't think I've ever gotten this guy right. Like, if I've bet his unders, he's had career nights. If I've bet his overs, he's left with a pinky injury or a back, or he got poked in the eye, twisted an ankle. Anthony Davis. This guy, man, like, talent-wise, a top 10 guy in the league from, like, his second year in the league until, honestly, maybe even now still. Like, he was a throw-in piece for the Luka trade. It's like, bro, he's incredible. But toe, pinky, thumb, hand, back.
Glass Bones Jones.
Yeah, bro. Concussion. Well, actually, concussion. Let me take that back. That's a serious one. But even, concussion in the NBA, elbow. It's always nagging. And then, he jams a finger in the first quarter. He has 7 points. They're like, oh, shit. Here he comes. And then he's out. It just happens so often, man. And then you think about it, like, the one time he was really, really healthy in his career, they end up winning the title with the Lakers. Mm-hmm. Sure, it was the bubble year. One of my friends is a big Laker fan, and he always says that they only won the title because of the pandemic, and he was able to rest for 3 months. So he didn't get hurt. So he comes back fresh and rested, and then he goes crazy for those, ready. 30 games that they played in the bubble. So for me, I can't do it. Anthony Davis, I just can't bet on him.
It's a good one. That is a good one. I have no more betting ones. The rest of mine are life and just shit that I can't stand. I'll get to this first one.
Oh, yeah. Right? So tell me one.
Top of this life ban list. 7-on-7 touch football on ESPN. 7-on-7 football in general. I can't do it. I can't do it at all. We need to realize that although we are creating offensive monsters, that we see what has happened with Travis Hunter, and he's like a prime example of a 7-on-7 athlete that was just able to, create his own mold and be the first of his kind. And a lot of people are attributing it to 7-on-7. But you know what 7-on-7 does to the rest of the world and for football in general? It creates bad tackling and pussies. Because even in the 7-on-7 that I see, the lack of physicality upsets me, and it just doesn't set up football in the way that I love football. I love football for people that go 1,000 miles an hour and want to break their neck every time they hit somebody. You can't do that on 7-on-7. And I just want to ban it permanently because it's an epidemic. Defense, I'm worried that in defense in 5 years will not be the reason why championships are won.
I already think that
it's shifted.
Yeah. I think offense wins championships now. And you got to have a competent defense. But if you gave me the option, and let me ask you this. A+ offense or A+ defense? Which one would you prefer to have?
Prefer A+ offense.
Same.
But what happens is I feel like I need an A+ defense at the end of the day, just because being in shootouts, you're going to be in shootouts either way if you're not a balanced team.
Right.
Right?
Sure.
You know what I mean? But, at the end of the day.
So I think of it like this, right? The Jets had Darrelle Revis all those years. Yeah, they went on those runs to the AFC title game. You look at guys like Patrick Surtain in the NFL right now. You look at guys like, I always shit on him. Sauce Gardner, and there's Myles Garrett, no show in the playoffs, that game against the Texans. I just think that there's ways that you can negate that. Where like if you have, I really think the Packers remind me of the Chiefs when they won the Super Bowl. Start airing it out. They got a stud tight end. They have, ready for this, a plethora of weapons. They got a ground game, good offensive line, smart offensive coach. Defense can make plays. They're opportunistic. Kicking game, a little questionable, but it reminds me of what we were talking about with the Eagles last year. It's like when the playoffs started, you remember? I'm like, yo, the only red flag I have on them is their kicker. And you're like, dude, if you need to highlight the kicker as the biggest issue,
They're fine.
They're going to be fine. Yeah. And they were plus 600 to win the Super Bowl at the start of the playoffs, and they did that. So for me, I just think that, I don't know, man. It's just one of those things.
So yeah, and just
one of
to
those things for me.
go back on this, I to clarify, 7-on-7 from the age of conception till 18, like prime football. We have to create a great tackling environment. That's why I feel like a lot of these rugby kids, which you don't see rugby played out here a lot, perfect sport to learn perfect form in tackling, but instead these kids want to play 7-on-7.
Yeah.
It's not cool, bro. I've rarely seen defensive highlights. Every time you see it, it's a quarterback going absolutely apeshit and fade balls in the corner. Like, what are we teaching here? It's kind of just.
But you don't think a lot of the NFL has become very 7-on-7?
NFL is 100% physicality.
Yeah, but like, you can't hit as much as you used to.
It's no. I think that you, in order to win in the NFL, need to have the physical edge every single game. Like, there's no shifting off of that. You could be the flashiest, the fastest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But if you're not smacking a motherfucker, like, you're just not going to win this league.
I'm a multiple time 7-on-7 Sunday football men's league MVP. So.
And by the way, you guys probably played way more physical than all these kids that I see.
Yeah, people got
on
popped.
these ESPN
People got
over
popped.
the summer.
Yeah.
Leagues.
Yeah, no, it's just funny when you see like on ESPN, it's a slow news day where it's like cornhole and fucking darts. It's like, bro, come on, dude. It's like when people tell me that competitive eaters are athletes. Come on, man. What are we doing with that? even like
stuff
like Formula One, they're not athletes; they're drivers.
Have you ever driven a simulator?
Yes.
Full force feedback, like 100%.
No, we had a little
wheel.
simulator here in the studio during Formula One. The first year that it was here, Red Bull brought it in, and it was lit. Like the shit would fucking shake. Isaiah, you were here for that, right? You remember that shit was dope, bro. You would like feel.
I've done a simulator at a house before in which I was able to get a steering wheel that gave me like 100%. Like, this is the way the car would feel trying to make this turn at that speed. I was like, respect afterwards, bro, because it's so much on the arms. And these are small guys too. Like, you can't be like a brolic guy. These guys are short and cut up. So I respect it. And they're, bro, anything that you can do where if you make one
mistake, you could die.
You miss a block, it is what it is.
Yeah,
this dude flies into the fucking stratosphere.
Sure. But I think, would you call me crazy if I feel like that's its own category? Like driving. Driving is its own category. To me, I think of an athlete as...
You should have to bet on it in the racing section, like how horse racing has its own thing.
Like its own tab.
Yeah, it's its own separate book.
Fuck with that.
Okay? I'll make... Yeah. That's where we could compromise.
Okay.
Because it should be there.
Yeah.
The fuck is it? Horses get their own section.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Okay. I have a couple more sports ones before we get into some funny shit.
Yeah.
Ban list. Any team in the AFC playing Mahomes in the playoffs? I'm not doing it again. Last year I did it. I told you this once they got back to 2-2. I'm like, yo, they're going back to the Super Bowl. Find it hard to believe that they're not gonna. I think their offense looks like the Chiefs' offense that we once loved when he first got into the league. Yeah, Kelsey isn't as effective, but on 3rd and 4s, he's getting open. Got Rice, got Brown. Juju makes big plays. You got, who am I forgetting?
Pacheco, you got
Pacheco, Worthy. They got
Gray.
a lot of speed. Yeah, Gray also. And then Mahomes is doing it on the ground too. And even Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt scored 2 touchdowns on Monday. So they're just a well-rounded team. And in the playoffs, their defense is going to come alive. Playoff spags always.
They will always have the coaching advantage.
Yeah.
Always.
And I'm just I'm not doing it no more, bro. I'm happy that the team that I have a lot of conviction on is in the NFC. The LA Rams. I continue to not hear anybody talk about them. Every graphic about MVP. I saw a graphic that had Jordan Love on there for MVP and not Matthew Stafford. I'm like, all right, cool. Keep flying under the radar. Just leave us alone in LA. Leave us alone in LA. And I think it's Kansas City, man. I really do. Like they just.
I like how you made the caveat AFC.
Yeah. I'm talking about in the AFC.
I know. Because you're leaving it open to interpretation. Last year, we fucked up. We were heavy on the Chiefs.
Yeah.
Because we were like, no way.
The year before that, I fucked up. I had Buffalo back-to-back years. Fucked up on both of them. The year prior, the first time they beat the Eagles in the playoffs, that's the biggest bet I've ever made on a particular outcome of a game. I remember I won like 8 straight bets in the playoffs going into the Super Bowl. I put like $2,500 on the Chiefs money line. It was like a pick 'em. That's a ton of money for me, bro.
Yeah.
I'm like $100, $200 better if I really fucking like something. For me to do that, I just had the account kept building. I'm like, yo, fuck it. I'm not going to gamble.
Yeah, you started realizing like this is it.
I'm like, yeah, why not?
March Madness isn't a little bit. I either hit big or Do you bet on March Madness?
Nah, not really, man.
It's kind of crazy.
I do. Shout out to Ryan and Sean. They do first half unders. Is like their thing, the SGPN guys. So I'll tell that. Anytime you see me bet an obscure sport that I don't bet, because a friend of mine like hit me up and was like, yo, bro, like
a little bit of conviction.
Yeah, like
we're just as people don't realize it's like we're just as gullible. You know what I mean? Like we're
for sure.
And maybe it's not gullible, but we're not like stuck in our ways.
No, but
except for the people that are.
But let me give you an example, right? I'm not the biggest hockey fan. I can't tell you hockey line. Like I can tell you hockey lines, but I can't tell you like who's hot or who's playing well, all that shit. But if I have a friend of mine, like my buddy Dylan is a massive hockey fan, I think he has so much potential in the space. He's just really lazy and he doesn't want to create content. I'd be pushing him all the time. But he'll hit me up. Bro, he's picked 4 of the last 5 Stanley Cup winners in like January.
Jesus.
So when he hits me up and he's like, yo, bro, I think it's going to be the Florida Panthers again. And I'm like, okay, throw $50 on it. Why not? Or he'll be like, yo, as a long shot, he's like, we might be back talking about the Rangers. He's a Ranger fan. And then the Rangers ended up going to a conference final. So, like, if you ever see me post something like that, it's not my research and analytics at all. If it's soccer, if it's UFC, a little basketball, a little football, I'm good. But if I was to hit you up, like, during the World Cup next summer, I'm like, yo, bro, bet these 2 teams to score.
Give me the picks. Hey, no. Give me correct scores, bro. Give me correct scores. I don't want this fucking phony plus 250 bullshit.
Yeah.
I want that 38-1, baby.
That 20K coming in. You know what I'm saying?
So that was a good one. I have another football one. Fly sweeps or any run play that goes east and west on 3rd and short or 4th and short. I can't do it anymore. I want every offensive coordinator to understand and realize that if it does work, you look amazing because usually it's like it could be a big play, right? However, when fly sweeps get stopped on short yardage plays, nothing makes the public more angry at a coach. And it puts you immediately on the hot seat. If in a crucial play, you get stopped for a big loss because your ass decided not to run downhill. There's a lot of other things that I can add on this 3rd and 4th and short, but I thought about, Nick, like what infuriates me the most from offenses when they don't convert on crucial downs. And it's always the toss. It's the quick jet sweep. It's everything that it shouldn't be. Banned.
Can I add a little season into that too?
Yeah.
How about when teams take their best player off the field on a 3rd and 2 and a 4th and 1? Atlanta.
I can't, Nick. It's getting really tough to watch these Falcons.
Yeah,
it's getting really tough. And
it happened in 2 weeks. In 2 weeks, literally 2 weeks ago, we were taking victory laps. Bijan had we called it the legacy game. They beat the Bills. Called that also. Took the points. Called that.
And by the way, they still did it in that Bills game too. Bijan's going absolutely apeshit, and it's Tyler Algier out there alone on a third down.
Yeah,
like late in the game. I don't give a. Hey, we're not resting him. We're trying to win a fucking award.
I don't get it, man.
The Falcons haven't had a winner in a while, and this is
yeah.
This is why. We're trying to recreate the Julio Jones days, and you want to pull him out on third down.
Yeah, really, really stupid.
Fucked.
Really stupid. I have one more sport, and then I got a couple of fun ones about life.
Okay.
All right. Ban list. Any team involving James Harden. Can't do it. Last year, I thought the Clippers going into the playoffs. If you looked at their record, like post All-Star break, when they got Kawhi back and James Harden was playing well, you were looking at it like, yo, if they could get through Denver, they could go on a run. I had like a 60-1 on the Clippers. Nah, I'm good, man. He just, and I know he's at the tail end of his career. You know, he's still a great player. I'm just not buying that hype no more, man. I'm not buying hype teams with Embiid, even though the Sixers have been playing really, really well. Edgecombe and Maxey. It just seems like, yo, we're going to try to get 150 points every night because we're young and super duper athletic, and we're just going to run up and down. And that's what they're doing. And I fuck with that. But what happens when they bring in an Embiid again and a Paul George and they slow it down, and then they're shooting tour date numbers 4 of 13 and 7 of 21 from the field? I can't bet on teams with James Harden to win long term. It just he's made a shit ton of money in his career. Good for him. I love the Starting Five on Netflix, the new one. He's heavily featured. Learned a lot about him. Just can't do it, man. A ban list.
How funny would it be? And this isn't any reports, but we've been saying tour date numbers. You've been preaching this way longer than I have. And with everything that's been going on, I don't know. Was the mafia involved?
You never know, man. You
Who
do
knows?
not know. You do not know.
Big spots.
I just know that
Literally the biggest spot it could be. Standalone playoff games.
Yeah, game 7s, game 6s, game 5s, 2-2.
Bro, I'm starting to get so into like the conspiracy weeds with it too, where it's like you had stated the last show where it's like the books know how much volume they should be getting on these games. And so if it's a game 7, 8 figures.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be too fishy. Interesting.
What other thing you have?
Swimming with a shirt on. Take your fucking shirt off. You're fat. We all know you're fat. Nobody gives a fuck. My best friends from high school, the Rose family, everybody over 300 pounds, bro. As soon as, we had a pool party, it was that one thing like when we were first friends in high school, like, all right, are they going to be those guys? They popped it off, right? Because they understood we don't swim with our shirts on. Everybody knows it. It just looks weird. Kids that go to the beach, unless you're an albino, I don't need you to have the SPF little swimming trunks on. Unless you're surfing, take it off. Like what are we doing? You're embarrassing yourself, if I'm being honest. You're the only person in the pool with your shirt on. It's weird.
It's weird.
Banned.
Yeah.
You'll never see my kid swimming with a shirt on.
Yeah.
Unless you get pushed into the pool. I know there's situations where it could happen, but if you get pushed into the pool with your clothes on and you stay in the pool, take your shirt off.
Just take your shirt off, kid.
Take your shirt.
Come on, man.
Come on.
Ban list for me. I apologize. I can't do it. I've tried. I can't date girls that got kids, man. I just can't do it, bro.
You're not ready to be a dad?
Nah, my first kid got to be mine. That's one of my rules.
That's a great rule.
I don't have no kids. First first kid gotta be mine. I can't do it, man. It's just weird to me. I invite a girl out. She's like, "Oh, I need a babysitter." I'm like, cool. Good luck finding one. I get on Xbox, start playing FIFA. I just can't. I have so many friends, and like I'm 34. I'll be 35 in March, right? And everyone's like, "Bro, everyone in your age group, like these are the kind of girls you're gonna find." I'm like, for y'all. Like my NFL running backs, baby, 23 to 28. That's where the date range is on the apps. If we were on the apps, I'm not on the apps no more. I promised myself I'll never get on that shit again. But even some friends, they try to send me up, and she's like, "Oh, she got an 8-year-old," and I'm like, "Oh, 8 or 6 or
right.
whatever." It's just like, come on, man. I just can't do it. I apologize, ladies. Listen, I know I'm flawed. I get it. I watch Monday Night Raw still and SmackDown on Fridays. I totally understand. It's a preference. Are we allowed to have those anymore?
Oh, you're allowed to have preferences, Nick.
Yeah.
She chose her path.
Yeah. And I'm choosing mine.
And everybody could always, choose another path after they've gone down that path. And you just don't even want to establish the roads. So that's commendable. Because
and I don't like playing games either, bro.
I will say, as a married guy, right? If I was single, I mean, it's got to be an automatic layup. If you're like, oh well, let's do something all together. I get it. Not a lot of moms will let you meet their kids right away, but like if you are a person that like approached it that way, I'm like, come on, is this not? She's looking for a fucking dad. She's actively searching for a father. If you just gave half a fuck, like that's easy. That's the way I would think about it. That's bad.
Yeah. Well, I don't like the whole fuckboy era. I had my fun. I did it.
For sure.
Like now it's like, I don't want to waste my time. I don't want you to waste your time. I've met chicks. We have a mutual friend, I'll tell you off the air, but she set me up with one of her friends. Like we all went out. I went out to meet with her. She's like, "Yo, you're going to love my friend." Her friend, great girl. As we're talking, we're at the bar. She's like, "Hey, I have a son." And I was like, "Oh, that's awesome. What's his name?" In my head, immediately, I'm like, I am not talking to this girl again after tonight. And it was cool. And like, I wasn't a dick. I didn't sleep with her and then ran away. No. I just made it clear. I gave her a nice kiss goodbye, like a man, class act. I was like, "Look, I don't think this is gonna work out. It's uncomfortable for me. I'm a big gaslighter. I'm like, I'm the problem."
Yeah. I have habits. Have you heard of sports gambling? People call it an addiction. You wouldn't want your son raised by a gambling addict. That's the easiest out right there, right?
Yeah.
You
don't want to
play into. I'm
doing you a favor.
You don't want me. That was a good one. Here, I'll add this onto it since we could rapid fire these like life ones, dude. Paying more than $5 for parking,
dude.
Banned.
I love my favorite restaurant is Barry's in Vegas. Shout out to Yassine. Shout out to Barry. They always bless it whenever I go there. Circa. Awesome casino, awesome establishment. If you're a sports fan, you got to go to it. It bothers me bad when I got to pay parking and I'm in there for literally 4 minutes. There was, for my birthday, my buddies came from back home. George missed my birthday dinner, by the way, so he don't remember this story.
I don't.
For my birthday, we all went out to Barry's, and as a gift, the 5 guys that came from New York, they all threw $100, and they gave me a $500 chip. And they're like, "Yo, happy birthday, bro." And I was like, "Sick. Do you guys want to gamble here?" Like, "Nah, let's go back to the Wynn. I got them rooms at the Wynn, whatever." I was like, "Oh, fuck it. State of emergency. I'll just keep this for when shit gets difficult." About a month goes by. I was just like, "Yo, you know what? I got to go to drop off something for this girl I was talking to that was working at Circa." I go to drop it off. She meets me at the sports book. I hand it to her. I go to cash the chip at the window. Come back. I'm in there for 4 minutes. I paid $25 in parking. I still talk about this. It's been 8 months.
Yeah.
It just bothers me. I hate being hustled, bro.
The Wynn does a good job. 3 hours free. And that's as good as you, but when I say it's a good job, it's as good as you're going to get out here in Vegas.
Yes.
When in reality, like I'm saying, we're going to go spend lots of money inside this venue. Or at least that's what your job should be as a casino. Make it as accessible as possible. $5, I would say in today's day and age, that's reasonable. People pay the parking meters everywhere. I can only imagine how much your family had to pay in meters, like for a day. Like what would that be?
What, in New York City?
Yeah.
Oh, bro, you have no idea. To park commercial plates in Manhattan for my dad's coffee
What
truck,
was it? What was it?
It's $6 an hour. And then if you wanted to get the 2 hours, right, you'd pay 15. So my dad, because
they're promoting people like just paying for the 1 hour and then moving
Exactly.
so that way.
Exactly.
Oh
Keep people going.
my God.
So,
15.
traffic person comes by, they give you a ticket, or we have signs on the coffee truck where it's like, yo, coffee man, please just alert us. Most of them are cool. A little bribery, like, yeah, take a coffee and a donut, just thank you for the heads up. You want a bagel?
Right.
That's how we would get down to save a fucking $150 ticket.
True.
But dude, you get my dad normally needs about like $30 a day for fucking parking meters.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it sucks. It sucks. Shout out to New York City though. Shout out to New York City. That's all I got, bro. That's all I got.
Here was like an honorable mention for me.
Okay.
Basketball shorts that go below the knees. Just how this is on my list. You know what I mean? I'm past like it just feels weird. Like if it goes too far past my knee, I can't do it. I'm not saying I'm wearing like fucking shorts.
You ain't wearing John Stockton's.
I'm not wearing those.
Nah, but you're not wearing the Fab Five also.
But I have upgraded to modern day fashion, and I just don't like the basketball shorts below the knees. Maybe it's basketball shorts below the knees in public. Like, if I'm at home and we're just loafing around, maybe that's not as bad.
Can I ask you a question now
Yeah.
that you said loafing around? I get made fun of this all the time by Isaiah. I don't wear socks in my house. I'm barefoot.
Same, bro. I love the tile. It's cold. I don't have carpet.
Is
If
it
I
a
had
white
carpet,
person thing? Is white people? Is it? John, you too? Are you barefoot or you're barefoot? No? God damn.
Socks? I don't know.
I
let them breathe.
I'm raw dogging in the crib, man. Boxers only, no shirt on. If company comes over, I'll throw on basketball shorts. Can't promise a shirt. No socks. Can't do it.
Yeah. But I'm also like not going to wear sandals every time I move. Like Cameron is really good with the Roomba. So the floor is clean all the time. I love the automatic little robot vacuum. Greatest invention ever.
Yeah.
Literally the greatest invention. Oh, there's one thing before we move on from this. We had made a ban list, but there's one thing that's banned right now that I would like reinstated.
Okay.
Greyhound racing. I've been driving around the South and the Midwest for the last 2 years, going to all my brother's games, and I see all these arenas, or really outdoor stadiums, for greyhound racing, and they're all closed. And so what I wanted just to add to this is, since when did we start like really giving a fuck about animals? Like come on. We bet on horses.
Yeah.
We eat chickens, cows, every animal on the planet. They want to be winners too. People call Secretariat like one of the greatest athletes of all time.
Come on.
And so you're telling me that we're not going to have greyhound racing? Like where is our?
I would have more
Our sense of
questions
mind
if
on this.
they've been calling Secretariat a great athlete since like the 80s or whenever the fuck he won the Triple Crown. I thought this would be like a 2025 thing where they're like, it's an athlete now.
Yeah.
We're identifying this horse as an athlete.
He did.
And it's like, come on, man, what are we doing?
Yeah.
That's worse than fucking. I'll call a competitive eater an athlete. I ain't calling a fucking animal an athlete. I can't. That I'm not doing.
What about a lightning quick greyhound on some PEDs with taped ankles?
No, it's an animal, bro. It's an animal.
Got it.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I just want to see it.
If you're into it, cool. People are into certain things.
Reinstate the greyhound racing.
Why not? Why not? Let us know what's on your ban list in the comments. Tag us, and let's continue to build a list. Shout out to Kirk Cousins. You inspired a segment that went for about 40 minutes. Thank you very much. Piece of All right. Josh Alvarez, congratulations. You won the Week 8 contest. I believe that's the second time that you've won this. So we will be sending you some money. Remember, the contest is free. All you got to do is sign up for free. It's in the episode. Make your picks against the spread on the ESPN app. And it's literally a week-to-week contest. So if you want to play in Week 9 and then you forget to submit in Week 10, you're not going to be penalized. Tap in with us, play with us, pause, and let's give away some money. George, let's get into the Week 9 picks.
Let's do it.
Okay. So, one thing, just right off the bat, I always like to give you like a overall overarching conversation about the week. It's very fishy lines. I think there's a lot of toxic ones this week. I would describe Week 9 as a toxic week across the board. I think for show purposes, we're giving out the 5 picks. Full transparency, I've made 2 bets. And I think it's the only 2 bets I'm going to make on the slate. In Week 8, favorites went 11-2 against the spread. That was the best win percentage for favorites in a single week since December of 1985. George, that's 40 years ago. All 11 favorites covered comfortably by 7 points in Week 8. That's the most also in 30 years. Since Week 6, favorites are 33-10 straight up, 83-37-1 straight up through 8 weeks since 2013. Against the spread, there's 67-54. The most profitable start in 8 weeks for favorites since 2009. You hearing this, what does that, does like your fuckery senses go up? Because to me, it's like, shit is going to hit the fan bad. Remember Week 1, it was like all but 2 games went over. And then the next week, it was like just mad unders. Like there's always weeks like that where it's like, the public crushed. And then the next week is like, the public got smoked.
Yeah.
Right? I'm just saying, this is a very toxic week. I'm betting more props than I am sides.
Yeah, I think that's the way you have to approach it, because at this moment in time, what is there, 4 games where the spread is over 10 points? Almost. There's 3 games. And 1 game hovering at 9.5 right now. So this week does have the potential for a big upset. Like there's a lot of this team could be overlooking their opponent. But you also have home dogs in the case of the Steelers and the Raiders, who, you know, the Raiders haven't been able to figure anything out. Both teams are coming off a bye in that game. Super, super toxic game, that Raiders and Jaguars game. And then you have the Steelers taking on the Colts. And based on that line, I don't think that the books believe in the Colts as much as the world is starting to, and has like their head gone too big, and we could witness both the Jaguars and the Colts go down in the same week. And those aren't even the big favorites. But yeah, that 1 or 2 paragraphs that you read there were definitely interesting, because I do like a lot of favorites this week. I do. Like, I think this is just continue to follow along with this trend and see if it matches back-to-back weeks. Because you did say that, a better right would be up $1,200 just taking favorites to win since the start of last season if you took nothing but favorites. It's cashing at 70% of the clip. So, that's profitable.
Yeah. And then you also know, like, there's just certain games that are not hitting like they used to for professional bettors. Like Jets Bills a couple weeks ago. The pros are on the Jets. It's like, yeah, we know. 7, in division, at home, more than a touchdown. It's just a spot that every pro bettor is going to get. And Buffalo tore them apart. So it's like those are not hitting like they once used to.
Right.
And that's going to be a problem. Okay, recap real quick. Ursalita 3-5. In this economy is on the board. 1-4 against the spread. 1-2 anytime touchdown props. However, if you are $100 better on my in this economy, you're up $150 because we had that plus 550. You know, I gotta spin it a little bit. I can't be like, dude, I'm 2-6.
Yeah.
I'm up $150.
Oh, I'm gonna say some pretty bad records here coming up. So I did no calculating of the profits.
Becky 3-4-1. Toxic one is 6-2. And trust me, the main event, the pound for pound champ, is 7-1. I'm 21-18-1 as of week 8.
It's a good record, man. Above 500. You're fighting. Last week was, just crashing down back to reality doesn't even explain it. 0-5 with my picks last week. I went 4-1, 0-5.
Yeah. Let's see how I do because I went 4-1.
I'm hoping better luck for you.
Yeah.
So this week, hear me out. I've been tipping more. I've given homeless people money.
Good vibes.
On the other show that I produce called Calls from Beyond, live stream every Tuesday night, we had a Halloween costume contest. I was like, hey, guys, don't worry about it. I'll pay for the winner. So I'm doing all the right things to get the good juju in my favor. My record is 16-24 as of week 8. My Ursalita is 3-4. My In This Economy, which has been really good. I give lots of plus numbers on my In This Economy. 2-1 against the spread, 3-2 in props. My Becky, it's beautiful at 6-2.
Way to represent my dream girl, bro. Way to hold it down for us, because it'd be bad if, my Becky's 3-4-1. She's on the cover art.
Yeah,
we gotta make sure she's good.
Yeah, but I'm starting to think that my Becky is starting to I don't know, start doing cocaine in the bathroom or something. It's back-to-back weeks with a loss, so I think she's going and doing hot girl shit while I'm not around. And so this week I got to course correct it.
Yeah. Very Vegas bottle girl of her.
Very.
Yeah.
Very.
Not that I have any experience in that.
That's so funny. So my Becky's 6-2. My Toxic one is 3-4, and my Trust Me is 1-6. It has been renamed, for me at least, to Fade Me. So that would be the appropriate play in that situation. If you follow our social media, the graphic makes it perfectly clear. You ready to get into this?
Yes, I'm ready.
Let's do it.
I would like to start off with, I'm going to go with my Ursalita.
Perfect.
I haven't bet this, but I just had to pick something for Ursalita. Am I crazy to think the Chargers as a 10-point favorite is a Ursalita? They're playing the Titans in Nashville. It's good vibes. Herbert with Madison Beer.
Herbert's been everywhere except the facility this week, it seems like.
My guy's not locked in, all right?
Oh, he's not.
It's not.
He is not.
He's not locked in. I don't like it, but you know what? Great girl. I'd be distracted as well. So they play the Titans. They're coming off a little bit of a mini bye. Like you said, he's just been at the Laker game. He's been at a Halloween party. He's been with the Dodgers. They're 10-point favorites in Nashville, and it's gross, bro, because the Chargers, I don't trust them as big favorites. I love Justin Herbert getting 3.5 or more points. But it was slim picking for me. It was the only ugly pick on the board for me. And, if you look at betting splits, it's about even. Pros are on the Titans. You just know pros are going to be on the Titans. But
I think there's one other bet that you didn't want to make for this because it's close to home for you.
Okay.
I'll give you my Ursalita.
All right, what is it?
Giants, plus 2.5.
Yo, so...
Because it feels like the Texans from last week. It's literally the same situation. Great defense, at least the Giants at home, right? They've been playing stout. All their home games, they've held their opponents to 17, 18, and 22 points this season. Yeah. Jackson Dart looks amazing in MetLife on the road.
No. You could have just stopped that amazing. Only quarterback with 12 touchdown passes, 4 rushing in his first 5 starts in the NFL. I'm just saying,
I could have just left it at amazing.
Could have just left it.
Let's talk about what happened in New Orleans. The toilet bowl, in which there was 5 turnovers in a row.
Come on, bro. You agreed with me in that game where I said that the 2 interceptions were bona fide punts. But now to back your argument, you're going to go against me.
He looks great in MetLife because of the video that was taken, slow-mo, blowing the kiss, and the fireworks go off. You couldn't have done it any better. The timing was immaculate. He plays really good there, and I think that I'll say one of my anytime touchdown parlay people here, Jackson Dart is getting in the end zone this week because that's what he does. No scattaboo. He's going to go crazy wild man. I hate to say it, but I mean, Nick, I don't even want to say it. You'll be so mad at me if I said it.
Good.
No, it would be in relation to injuries, and I just don't want to do it because I don't want to wish that evil upon you.
Don't even.
But if it was to happen, wouldn't it be better this week? Just so that, neighbors, Scattaboo, Dart, they all got injured right around the same time, and then they come back fully healthy.
No.
Because the season's blown, right? We don't need Jackson Dart taking a beating.
I'm about to make some calls to the Giants and be like, listen, don't even play this kid anymore. We know he's good. Yeah, we know he's good. My friends and I, bro, that are Giants fans, were texting. We're like, just after Scattaboo got hurt, we're like, just pull the plug. We know we got one. We don't need to see nothing else. We're good.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
We got a 4-year window now after this year where we're not going to need to pay him yet. Let's go and get a big time wide receiver. Hey, T. Higgins. Come on, yo. Or you know what? Have you been seeing these rumors? Brian Thomas Jr. played with neighbors. Bring him over. All right, spend some more money on the offensive line. Waste a high draft pick on an offensive lineman. Why not?
Why didn't you pick the Giants as your Ursulita this week? Because I felt like this one was almost one of the more obvious ones on the board.
Yeah, for me, I just think that they're going to spiral now and go on a really bad losing streak because of how they lost to Denver. Remember I told you that Broncos loss reminds me of how the Bears lost to Washington last year on the Hail Mary, and then their season
depleting.
Yeah. The Bears then, I believe, were like 3-2 or 4-2. Like the Bears were playing well, and then from there they went on a crazy losing streak, fired the coach and all that. I think that Giants loss is just, Dexter Lawrence is on the block. Is Thibodeau going to get traded because he's not in the plans for moving forward? So for me, that's why I didn't want to put the Giants as a Ursulita.
For sure.
And like just the betting splits there, they're about where they should be. 60% of the bets coming in on the Niners, more money coming in on the Jets. I think a lot of people feel on the Giants, I think a lot of people feel the way you do. They are a better team at home. The fan base at least is excited. They're like, yo, we're going to go to the games now and we're going to see Jackson Dart at least.
Mm-hmm.
So, and the Niners are, still banged up. Is Brock Purdy coming back? Who knows? But I do think it's a monster Christian McCaffrey game. Him to score 3 touchdowns is 15-1. I think that is very, very live. Yeah. He's coming off a dud, right? He's coming off a dud week. I think I like that.
All right. You gave me your Ursulita. I hate you with my Ursulita. We'll snake draft it. I'll go in this economy.
Okay.
So the last time that I had researched the whole who has a birthday on Sunday, it was Michael Pittman Jr., and I added him to the anytime touchdown parlay, and he was my in this economy, and it hit. It's Jordan Love's birthday this weekend on Sunday. And Jordan Love, a quarterback this past week, only had one time where he got outside the pocket, -1 rushing yards. He's had 5 rushing touchdowns in his career. But this spot to me just feels like, hey, we're going to fuck around, and he's going to score on like a Peyton Manning naked bootleg after Josh Jacobs has scored 4 touchdowns in a row, and he's going to run into the end zone wide open on the 1-yard line. I've just predicted this. It's his birthday, so I really think LaFleur is going to go out of his way to go, Jordan, let's go nuclear. People are saying that we are the Super Bowl favorites in the NFC, and we have to prove it this week, and that's why I love it. I love the Packers and Jordan Love to dominate the Panthers. I did not want to take them -13.5, so I didn't add this to the parlay. But Jordan Love to score a touchdown and over 235.5 passing yards is 15-1. Jordan Love birthday parlay in this economy.
Dude, he's plus 900 just to score alone.
Yeah.
I wonder if you should just take that, man. Because to your point, they're a 2 touchdown favorite, right? Like, I think they just ground and pound.
I get it.
So I'd be a little worried about that.
About the passing yard?
Yeah, about the passing yards. Dude, anytime I see like a big favorite, you know what I like doing sometimes? I like looking at backup running backs to score touchdowns. So like if you look at this game in particular, right? And just as an example, Josh Jacobs is minus 200 to score. Emmanuel Wilson is plus 160. Kind of like that.
Mm-hmm.
They go up. They're up like 38-10 in the third quarter. Jacobs already was kind of hobbled going into last week. He was questionable to play. He ended up playing, scored, but it's kind of something that I look at every now and then.
There's a lot of stats that back like the Panthers with how bad they lost last week, that teams coming off of a blowout of a loss of 28 points or more are 120, 78, and 3 against the spread that following week as underdogs. So,
well, how many of them have Andy Dalton as a quarterback?
I get it.
I need context, bro.
I get it, but this is why it's a fishy week.
Yeah,
because
no, it is.
There's too many lines in which you're like, oh, this is glaringly obvious.
Yeah,
you know, you could put in. I was thinking about doing this in this economy. Just do a 3 condom money line parlay with all the 2 touchdown favorites. You get minus 138. So I mean, if you're going heavy into that.
Bro, those never fucking end well, because this is what I sent this photo to my buddies. It was the Lions money line, the Chargers money line, the Packers money line, and the Rams money line, right? For like, to your point, minus 140. And I go, who fucks this up? Who would you say fucks this up? Lions at home against Minnesota, Chargers on the road in Tennessee, Packers at home against the Panthers, Rams at home off a bye week against the Saints. The consensus answer that I got was the Chargers would be the ones to fuck it up because they're the only ones on the road. And I was like, I would maybe say Minnesota in division is the only one. That's the only one that...
And you're getting McCarthy back this week?
Possibly. Who's had the longest ankle sprain of all time.
Their other quarterback who would be the third string? You see him on the sidelines every once in a while. He's got like a mustache and a very afraid look to get in the game. He looks like he wants no parts of football.
Yeah, Max Brosmer.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Carson Wentz is on IR, and then J.J. McCarthy is the starting running back. Starting quarterback, excuse me.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I would just be careful, man. I don't like doing those. I don't like doing those big money favorite parlays. It's just, you feel more like an asshole when it doesn't hit. Because you're like, dude, minus 600 just fucking, right, John? Like, you just feel like such a dickhead when that happens. I'd rather lose on like a plus 200. I'm like, all right, it's the underdog. I get it. But when you have a 5-leg parlay and 4 out of the 5 have hit and the last one is like north of minus 300, you're like, I'm not cashing out. I'm not fucking putting 2 condoms on. And then you wish you put 2 condoms on.
Yeah.
Because you caught a herp.
You know,
That's
the more you
what
were saying that, and I was thinking about the whole passing yard thing, I love it even more. I just think that Jordan Love's... As you were saying it, I was envisioning Jordan Love rolling out of the pocket and throwing a deep ball across his body for a big play. I just think this offense they're starting to find their explosive rhythm.
I fuck with their offense a lot, man.
And so I'm not too afraid of the 235.
Yeah.
Because I do think that if the Panthers are any sort of competent, they have to slow down Josh Jacobs first.
Yeah.
If you don't do that, then obviously my bet doesn't hit.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. It's his birthday.
Yep.
At least put him in to score.
Yeah.
But I'm putting in for the show's purpose because I want 15-1 on record, motherfucker. Jordan Love, anytime touchdown, over 235.5 passing yards.
I'm going to go to my toxic one. Last week, they were the reverse toxic one. They were the one that I ended up betting on because the toxic one was Dallas. This week, the toxic one on the board. Be very, very careful. The Denver Broncos are 1.5 point underdogs on the road in Houston. No Surtain. Get Nico Collins back. Nico Collins plus 150 to score a touchdown. I love it. 85% of the bets are coming in on the Denver Broncos. Can they win the AFC? Is Bo Nix the best young quarterback? Sean Payton got his guy. I don't know, man. I still have a lot of questions about Denver. I look at their schedule. The Eagles win. You got to give them credit for coming back in the fourth quarter. But I think Philly just fell asleep at the wheel. And they also lost that game to the Colts, which is one of the worst calls in like recent modern NFL. This decade, easily. Like the only other call I could think of that was that bad and fucking stupid was the Saints
defense
Rams that led to you being able to challenge defensive penalties, pass interferences for one season. I would just be very careful with this Broncos one, man. I think Houston is definitely live to win this game. I like them to win this game. And they're coming off a massive, massive blowout win of America's team. And now people are like, dude, they're an underdog. Like I said, it's a very trappy week. And this is one of them. Toxic one. Broncos plus 1.5, meaning don't bet them.
My toxic one, I had mentioned it a little bit earlier, and I will be in attendance at this toxic one. The Jaguars as 3-point favorites coming to Las Vegas versus the Raiders. I have just an inkling that this is a field goal only game. Like I just imagine it being like a weird score of 18-15 and it's all field goals and it's just not high quality football. There's the only handicap behind this is that I am calling the Jaguars as fraudulent as we think they are. This would establish it and kind of be the headline for the end of the week. If the Raiders do win, it's almost like the surprise of the weekend. And I think they know that. They get Brock Bowers back. He was full participant at practice. I'm hoping that they unleash him so that way I can look somewhat smart with how much I invested in him to win Offensive Player of the Year. That's another ban thing. Tight ends to win Offensive Player of the Year. Ban list. We'll never do it. Ever. It'll never happen. Yeah. Coming off the bye week. That's my only handicap on this one. And that the Jaguars are fraudulent.
Okay.
That's my toxic one.
Okay. In this economy, for me, the Lions minus 8.5. They're coming off a bye week. Goff and Campbell, especially indoors, as big favorites, they deliver. And I know it's in division, but Minnesota is not a good team. They're really not a good team. Even if McCarthy's in or fucking Wentz is in, like, man, that Sam Darnold decision could be like a fireable offense if I'm an owner. If I'm the owner of the Vikings and I see what Darnold's doing now in Minnesota, in Seattle, and I'm like, fuck, McCarthy's not healthy already, and he kind of looked all right first two games. This guy's killing it in Seattle. I don't know. Did we make the right decision? I know we spent the first round pick on him, but like this is why good teams stay good. Like, yo, I give you $100 million and you're being outplayed. I gotta just take the L, bro. I know it's a lot easier said than done. I gotta just take the L. I fucked up. That's why I always show love to the Arizona Cardinals, what they did with Josh Rosen. They took him top 12. The very next year, they had the number one pick. Like, yo, we're going to take Kyler. Yeah, but you just took a quarterback. Yeah, but we see him every day. It ain't it. Now there's been a photo going around of Josh Rosen updating his LinkedIn. It's like former NFL quarterback. Now he's like at Goldman Sachs or some shit. You know, he's doing well for himself, but he just wasn't NFL quarterback caliber. And if you're Minnesota, you're like, fuck, man. Dude, we went 14-3. This guy played 6 bad quarters. And we let him walk. Right? So Yeah, I just think that that's something that they're gonna. We did the regret thing a couple weeks ago. That was one that how did both of us not mention that? Because that one is very telling.
Yeah, that would have been a good one for that list.
Yeah.
But I do see belt to ass in this game from the Lions and a statement win in the division to scare everybody. They need to be able to scare the Packers a little bit, and this would be a great way to do it. So I like that one from you. I'll hit you with my fade me.
Okay.
AKA trust me, but now it's called fade me. I went with a total in this one.
Total boys. Okay.
And this is the first total of the year. Over 51.5 in the Bears versus Bengals game. I am envisioning major offense. Although Joe Flacco and the boys didn't get it done last week, still 500 yards of offense. T. Higgins, who I traded for in fantasy, the first week does what he does, gets in the end zone. Everybody's focused on Jamar Chase right now. I think it's like it's almost one of those situations where now T. Higgins is low key the number one because of how much double coverage and attention that Jamar's getting. So, yeah, I envision a high scoring affair in this one, and over 51.5. There's a lot of high totals this week. I think this is setting like a record for totals. Let's see here. The Cardinals Cowboys is at 54. Bears Bengals listed on here is 52.5. Chiefs Bills 52.5. Colts Steelers 50.5. Ravens Dolphins 50.5. First week since 2021 with 5 totals of 50 points or more on the closing line.
You mentioned the game just now that I think it's the game I'm the most excited for this week. It's Colts Steelers. It's not Bills Chiefs. I kind of know what to expect there, but hear me out. I think it's very telling about this Colts team. They could go into Pittsburgh and like cover the 3 points. I know they were your Monday winner, correct?
Mm-hmm.
They could go in there and have another statement win. Something we need to monitor the next 8 weeks is, their first and goal from the 2, maybe Daniel Jones would keep it in the pass. Are we just force feeding it to Taylor even more? Let's try to get him to break the rushing touchdown, single season touchdown record. He's on pace to do it. Granted, one extra game than what LaDainian Tomlinson had in 2006. However, are they going to start stat padding? Like, maybe Jalen Hurts, let's have you throw some from the 1 yard line. And then we could do our tush push.
Right.
First, second, third down fades. Fourth down QB push.
Guaranteed touchdown.
Tush push, yeah. So I'm very excited, oddly enough, for this Colts and Steelers game because I think if the Colts could go in there, take care of business. Remember, they've been playing indoors a lot of games. The Rams game was indoors. In Tennessee, it was nice weather. Like, now you're going into Pittsburgh. I'm not saying it's frigid, but Halloween weekend, top of your conference. Let's see. If you could go in there and take care of business, I think it's going to be I'm very excited for that one. That's going to be on the 4 box for sure. And then the other game, my Becky, Bills +2. Very simple. I said earlier in the show, I'm not betting against Mahomes and the Chiefs in the AFC in the playoffs. This isn't the playoffs. In the regular season, the Bills beat the Chiefs. In the playoffs, the Chiefs beat the Bills. This is a regular season game. It's in Buffalo. I think they take care of business. In the regular season, Mahomes is 1-4 against Josh Allen. In the playoffs, he's 4-0. So, very simple for me. I'm going to take the Bills in a regular season game to beat the Chiefs.
And that's your Becky.
That's my Becky, yes.
I love it. I was struggling on how to bet that one, and then I made my anytime touchdown parlay, and I found the perfect way to bet it. And it was something that you told me, I believe, on Monday with 2 running quarterbacks. But we'll get to that. I'll give you my Becky right now. My Becky was your Monday winner, and it's the Cowboys -2.5.
Give me something. Bro.
It's about to be.
You know why? You're going to feel good about this.
That's one of the games you bet.
That's my trust me.
Let's go. So my best
I'm gonna
bet,
use the L word
my
right now.
Becky,
You ready?
Trust me.
It's a lock. Yeah.
Were you considering alt spreading it? Because I think that this is one that you could stack because the line is so low.
I think this is Monday Night Football. Cardinals are not a good team. Dallas is at home after getting blown out. They play way better at home, like we've been saying. I think you do an alternate point total on the Cowboys, 34.5. I think they blow them out. I think it's like a 45 point performance for the Cowboys. Dak Prescott would be the MVP if his defense can make a stop. That kind of thing. Yeah. Cowboys -2.5.
Okay, can we put this in accurately too with the stacking? Because this stat backs it perfectly. Since the start of 2020, Dak and the Cowboys are a perfect 13-0 straight up as a favorite at night, beating their opponents by 18.3 points per game. That's the main reason why we have to put this bet in, and I think it's stacked up to 18. That's where I'm going to cut mine off.
Well, bro, listen, I sent this parlay in the chat on Discord. Shout out to all the members of the Patreon. Get access to the Discord for $1. And you're going to like this because I made this bet after we finished filming, and as I was editing, I bet the Ravens money line with the Cowboys -2.5, and it was plus 130, 170 to collect 390. And in the chat, 3 different people said, "What the fuck is going on with -400? Why'd you put 12 condoms on?" Nick put on 3 condoms for this one. If Nick starts talking about horoscopes, it's over for our boy.
They were clowning you, bro.
Yeah, they was getting at me. But that's kind of what I did because I think the Ravens could beat the Dolphins on Thursday Night Football even without Lamar. But I didn't want to take the 7.5, so I'm like, let me just put 2 condoms on for this one. I think Derrick Henry has a monster game. If you guys do hear this, it'll definitely be a graphic. Did hit the first touchdown on Thursday Night Football last week. We're on the board, baby. We are on the board. Let's go. Dude, I did it for us, man. I couldn't have the show not have that. You know what I'm saying?
We needed a win.
Yeah.
We needed a win. We
And
needed one this week.
You know, 2 of the 8 weeks, both of our guys have scored touchdowns. I parlayed them. And you had Addison last week.
Yep.
And he scored a touchdown.
Yep.
So I did pretty well that week. Got plus 800 on Addison and Gadsden.
I'll just never forget the week that the Giants played on Thursday Night Football. And
you said Jackson Dart, and I was like, you got to take your boy. And then you took Cam Scatterbo, and Jackson Dart scored at 18-1.
Jackson Dart scored from the 35-yard line.
Yeah.
Not just like a fucking tush push.
But you know why, right? Because he's amazing. Not just at home. He's just amazing.
Right? Oh, my God.
We have
this is your guy now.
So, yo,
I get it.
On a serious note, though, back to the Cowboys. At home, literally at home, bro, I think they could beat anybody at home. In a shootout, they thrive when they're at home.
Yeah.
Packers are the best team probably in the NFC if you're going off record. They went toe-to-toe with them. At home.
For sure.
So, at home, I just really like this.
Yeah.
-2.5.
The wheels have low-key fallen off for the Cardinals, too. Like, I just feel like there's been too much. They're the bad headlines team of this year, in my opinion, so far. And it sucks because they should be a pretty competent team. They're just playing such a crap division. But I think it's time now for the anytime touchdown parlay. The real reason why people come. Yeah,
you told me that this one's hitting, and then you're like, it's 200-1. And I was like, I'm in.
Yeah.
All right, so tell me what's your anytime parlay.
By the way, can you tell the people this is the first time I've texted you that my anytime touchdown parlay is going to hit?
Yeah. This is the
first time I've sent a text aside from just telling Nick on the show.
Yeah.
Didn't even tell him the picks.
So what do you got?
Jordan Love, Jackson Dart, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen. Jordan Love is obviously the longest leg in all of this, but I get that backed by the birthday celebration. Jackson Dart's going to be trying to do everything under the sun to score a touchdown. He's going to find a way into the end zone. And then I just think that in a matchup of 2 Titans, they're going to put the capes on and they're each going to find a way. Josh Allen is the shortest favorite, obviously, but I think once Mahomes sees Josh Allen get the crowd going, he's going to be like, oh, I'm lowering my shoulder and I'm getting in. 198 to 1. All I need is Jordan Love to get in, and I will feel really, really, really good about this going into the late slate.
Live for the sweat, bro. You live for the sweat. That's what we do.
I like it. The longest, like, would you want it that way? Like, you want your longest odds earlier in the day, so you're not having to sweat out the long odds later, or would you want it flipped?
When the Rams played the Jaguars, I did a anytime touchdown parlay throughout the day because there was the 6 a.m. game, then 10 a.m., then 1 p.m., and then the night game. And I hit Travis Hunter plus 310. I hit Devontae Smith plus 250. I hit Theo Johnson plus 475. And the favorite was Kendrick Bourne at plus 180. And that's the one that doesn't hit. So I also, anything that's minus 150 or plus, I always straight bet. So that was a really good week for me. But I can't straight bet, for example, Jonathan Taylor minus 300.
No.
Jonathan Taylor last week was minus 425 to score a touchdown. It's the highest anyone has been in the NFL to score a touchdown in the last 8 years.
Who was it 8 years ago?
Shit, I couldn't tell you. That's the only
Cam Newton?
That's the only thing I saw on Twitter. Yeah, honestly, it might have been Cam Newton. Fucking Le'Veon Bell. I don't know.
No, it had to be Cam, bro, because they were
Cam. Yeah, it might have been Cam.
That kind of lines up to close to MVP years too.
Yeah, it does. Like 2017, 2018. Yeah, you're right. For me, I got two parlays. I got two parlays. The first one, I'm calling it the 1-2-3. One guy to score 1 touchdown, one guy to score 2 touchdowns, one guy to score 3 touchdowns. Nico Collins to score 1 touchdown. Bijan Robinson to score 2 touchdowns. Christian McCaffrey to score 3 touchdowns. Plus 195. Sorry.
Yeah, 195 to 1.
100. I read that like such an asshole. 195 to 1. I'm just so excited about 195 to 1.
Yeah, I know.
So that's the one.
I mean,
Yeah.
we both have to just sprinkle a little bit on each one of these.
Oh, bro, dude, like
Come on, we're taking our deep range shot.
Yeah. No, we have to. And look, I know Bijan Robinson and the Falcons are playing one of the best rushing defenses in all of the NFL, but football doesn't make sense sometimes. Last week he couldn't get going against Miami. This week he's playing the better team. Probably gets going against the Patriots. You can't attack them out the backfield, so hopefully they do use them. And hopefully if Michael Penix is back, that'd be great. And then my other one, 25 to 1. Staying with Bijan. I got Bijan, Josh Allen, Travis Kelce, and CeeDee Lamb. 20 to 1, excuse me. 20 to 1. So yeah, there you have it.
That's
week
it.
9. Yeah, we're at week 9 already, bro. We are at week 9. It's crazy. It's
Halfway
flying by.
point.
Halfway point, yeah. Monday will be the real halfway point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We get to. I told Nick it's time to go back out to Arizona, and we got to make our halfway point futures.
Vlog boys, we might be back.
Because Brock Bowers is not winning Offensive Player of the Year, and I feel shitty.
Yeah.
Jalen Hurts, though, still flying under the radar. Could be a really good time.
Jalen Hurts, 20 combined touchdowns, 1 interception, 6-2. They've had the hardest schedule in the league. Schedule gets easier. Who would have thought?
3 primetime games down the year.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You're welcome. Thank you, we should say, for watching, listening, subscribing, rating, reviewing, tagging us, following us, the whole 9, all things Veterans Minimum or at Veterans Minimum. Shout out to the You're Welcome Network. Leave a rating, a comment, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Patreon.com/Veterans Minimum for $1 American. You can help the boys. And that is it for today's episode.
Good luck, legends. We'll see you next week. Peace.
I'm a gold medalist, bronze like your medal is. So many deer in headlights, but it's bedtime. Hear that supper bell, main course be the venison.
Dab. Most dangerous game. Either kill or be killed.